Hello members of the internet, and today I'm going to be rescuing my own PC. Reason being, I'm getting a couple of WHEA uncorrectable error, and WHEA stands for Windows Hardware Error Architecture. I thought that would exist. Anyways, so normally that comes up when your CPU voltage drops, or there's a problem with the CPU. But I also noticed my GPU that I put in there not too long ago, which is a GTX 560 Ti, has been doing its own free games like artifacting. So yeah, a couple of drivers, updates, and whatever still doesn't fix it. And sometimes I was getting blue screens. It was getting horrible during hot days. And when I got the board, if you see the updates video, I wanted to crash the system first, and the bloody thing never wanted to. It was much cooler outside, and it stayed stable for 2 days. Then it started to crash a bit in the morning on the third day, which it was a bit muggy. So now I think it's more of a connection issue, and I'm going to go ahead and redo the cooling job, as in thermal paste. And before I start, fuck graphics card with BGA arrays. These fucking things are so cheap. They start to heat, and at the minimal they start to crack, and then you get screwed up graphic cards. And by that time you either shove them in the oven and pray, or just get another one. What the fuck is this shit? That's bull. That's bull. Anyways, I'm going to be doing the job there because everything seems to work fine, and the system has been solid, stable ever since. Except the artifacts. Oh well. But first, let's talk about some thermal paste. Now I got some thermal paste right here. That's a lot of them, and I purchased Arctic Silver 5, which is one of the highest end, if not the highest end, thermal paste you can get for your computer. And this thing is actually great. Also, especially if you want to overclock, this thing is a must in your list. I don't overclock, but hey, I want to get the best results. I don't want to have to do the job again on that. I've already dusted it out and nothing happened, so it's not a heating issue. I thought my motherboard, which is a 990 FXA UD3, which is revision 3, and the stupid small heat sinks were bullshit. Well, the voltage regulator module doesn't seem too hot. So it's either two things. One, it doesn't make contact properly, or two, well, it's just not that hot. But the North Bridge is hot, so I'm going to do the job on that too. But, yeah, anyway, so this is the premium stuff, which is a high-density polysynthetic silver thermal compound. That's a lot of jargon. But Arctic Silver 5, that's much better. Going on the second, I have Arctic Alumina, which is also made by Arctic Silver. And this one is premium ceramic polysynthetic thermal compound. Or thermal paste. But this is actually good thermal paste. Something like this, I'd expect good results out of it too. That's what I normally dumped in that, so who knows. Third down the line is those tiny little needles thermal paste, and this one is high thermal conductivity, low bleed, stable. Whatever. It's thermal paste, it's basic. And then we have these, especially when you get CPUs off eBay, you get those. Little thermal paste, it's heatsink compound, and yeah, it's very cheap. So, yeah, you use this, it's fine, but, you know, thermal paste is thermal paste. And if you expect a lot of difference out of Arctic Silver 5, sorry to break your bubble, you might get 2-degree difference, but overclocking, it brings you an advantage anyways. So, let's get started. Now that's what I call new problem. DPC watchdog violation and crazy artifacts. Oh, you gotta love it. Alright, let's hit that reset button, see what happens. Oh, I hate this piece of shit. Oh, it was working fine. I had an artifact before, just after I powered it up. Now it's fine again. What a piece of shit. Yeah, rebuilding that system didn't do it justice, really. It's been on day 2, now I'm turning on day 3, and yesterday night I had a blue screen, which is the DPC watchdog violation. That was the first blue screen I've actually seen like this. But the NVIDIA driver crashed and didn't recover. Look, started artifacting colors, well, square colors. And it's not the first time I've been having this, and it's not a driver issue. I've been having this for quite some time. Maybe it is a driver issue, and it's a series of driver issues, but other than that, I haven't had a WHEA though, but I wasn't expecting that to happen anyways. But it's always been nice to check, and I checked the video memory just earlier this morning, and it works fine. So, I guess that's the best I'm going to get out of it. Probably have to buy another graphics card eventually, but man, they're expensive. I'm looking for a GTX 970, so ooh, I don't think I can afford that anytime soon, as in long term. But hey, it works. It helped. How much did it help? A couple degrees, like I've mentioned, and yeah. So that's it. I did check the temperatures before and after. That's typical. I tried to when I started booting it here, for some reason the screen, which basically is a USB hub, this is how I connect my keyboard and mouse, it wouldn't let me go into setup, so I just gave up and then just went in my room and checked, and everything's fine. That's all. Yeah. So that's it for that PC rescue. I guess I'm going to be keeping it this way. So, if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want to add to that, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And until next time, take care.